Hi students, good afternoon everybody. So in the last class we have seen our first supplementary God Sees the Truth but Waits by Leo Tolstoy. Okay, now let us continue the same. So before that, let us have a small sum up. So in the last class we have seen that there was a merchant called Aksinov in Vladimir. So he was going to Nizhny fair. So but when he was about to start to the fair, his wife is telling that she had a bad dream. So she is asking him to start the next day. But he says refuses and he is starting his journey. And on the way he is meeting another merchant, and both of them are staying in the same inn in the adjoining rooms. And next day in the early morning itself, Aksinov is asking the driver to get ready the horse, and again he is starting the journey. So on the way he is stopping in another inn to have a samovar. So at that time an official is coming in a troika, and he is asking about the murder. So whether he is asking whether he knows anything about the merchant who had stayed with him in the inn last night. He says no, and he is asking why he is cross questioning all these things to him. So the official is then declaring that the merchant who stayed with him last night in the inn was murdered, and they want to search the belongings, that is the things of Aksinov. So as they were searching the things, they were able to find a knife which was stained with blood. So then they are questioning about the knife, and Aksinov is stammering, that is he had no words to say because he doesn't know how the knife came in his bag. So this is what we have seen in the last class. Now let us continue the same. Okay. Okay. So Aksinov swore he had not done it, that he had not seen the merchant after they had tea together, that he had no money except 8,000 rubles of his own, and that the knife was not his. But his voice was broken, his face pale, and he trembled with fear as though he went guilty. So Aksinov swore he had not done it. So Aksinov is making a very serious promise that he had not murdered the merchant who had stayed with him, that he had not seen the merchant after they had tea together, and also he is telling that he had not seen him after taking tea together. Okay, so after they had taken tea together, and then they had went to stay in the rooms, not in the same room, in the adjoining room. Okay, what happened next day? Next day before dawn, Aksinov wakes up, and he is asking his driver to get ready his cart in the horse, and he is starting the journey. So after taking tea with the merchant, he didn't meet him after that. Okay, and also he is making a swore, means making a very serious promise. That he had no money except 8,000 rubles of his own, and that the knife was not his. And also he is telling that he had no money, so he doesn't have any other money except 8,000 rubles. So he is having just 8,000 rubles, and it is his own money, and the knife which they had found it inside his bag was not his knife, that is not Aksinov's knife. Okay, so rubles means it is a Russian currency. Okay, so 1 ruble equals 1.10 Indian rupee. Okay, 1 Russian ruble equals 1.10 Indian rupee. Okay, so Aksinov is making a serious promise that he had not seen the merchant after taking the tea, and also he has only 8,000 rubles which is his own, and he doesn't know about the knife, that is not his knife. But his voice was broken, so anyhow he is feeling disappointed because of hearing all this news. So his voice was broken, his face pale. Okay, so his face became pale. and he trembled, so shivered. Trembled means shivered. So he trembled with fear as though he went guilty. So anyhow he is feeling some guilty of facing all these problems on the way. So his voice was broken and he was with fear and he is feeling very much guilty. The police officer ordered the soldiers to bind Aksinov and to put him in the cart. So the police officer is asking the soldiers to take Aksinov and put him in the cart, that is to arrest Aksinov and put him in the cart. So as they tied his feet together, and flung him into the cart, Aksinov crossed himself and wept. Okay, so they are tying his feet and they are flunging, that is, and they are by force they are taking him into the cart. So at that time Aksinov crossed himself and wept. So he is blaming himself and he is weeping, crying. His money and goods were taken from him. So his 8,000 rubles, which is his own money, was taken away, and also his goods were taken from him. And he was so taken by whom? Taken by the police officers. Okay. And he was sent to the nearest town and imprisoned there. So and he was taken to the nearest town and he was kept in the prison. Enquiries as to his character were made in Vladimir. So if police is arresting somebody of a crime, so what they will do? They will make an inquiry about the character of the person, right? So likewise they are making about inquiries about the character of whom? Character of Aksinov in his native Vladimir. The merchants and other inhabitants of the town said that in former days he used to drink and waste his time, but that he was a good man. So the merchants and other inhabitants, so inhabitants means the people living in Vladimir. So they are telling that in former days, that is in the earlier days, he used to drink. Who used to drink? Aksinov used to drink and waste his time, but that he was a good man. But now he was a good man. So during his past he will be drinking and he will be wasting his time, but now Aksinov is a good man. Then the trial came on. He was charged with murdering a merchant from Ryazan and robbing him of 20,000 rubles. Okay. Then the trial came on. So what is mean by trial? That is, they are taking Aksinov to the court and they are making the enquiry there. So then the trial came on. He was charged with, so he was punished. Charged means punished. Okay, so he was charged with murdering a merchant from Ryazan. Okay, so the person, that is the merchant who stayed along with Aksinov in the inn was from Ryazan. Ryazan is the name of a place. Okay. And robbing him of 20,000 rubles. So what is the final judgment? That is in the trial. What is the final judgment given to Aksinov was he was punished for murdering a merchant from Ryazan and also for robbing him of 20,000 rubles. So he was given punishment. Now his wife was in despair and did not know what to believe. Her children were all quite small. One was a baby at her breast. Taking them all with her, she went to the town where her husband was in jail. At first she was not allowed to see him, but after much begging, she obtained permission from the officials and was taken to him. So his wife was in despair. So whose wife? Aksinov's wife was in despair. So despair means without any confidence. Okay, so she lost her confidence and did not know what to believe, and she doesn't know what to believe, whether to believe her husband had committed the crime or whether her husband has not committed the crime. She doesn't know which to believe, so she is without any confidence. Her children were all quite small, and also her children were very small, one was a baby. So one of the child was a baby, taking them all with her. Okay, so she's taking all her children along with her. She went to the town where her husband was in jail. So she's going to the town to meet her husband along with her children in the jail. At first she was not allowed to see him. So at first she was not allowed to meet her husband, that is Aksionov. But after after begging for a long time, requesting for a long time, she obtained. So she got permission from the officials to meet her husband Aksionov and was taken to him. And the officials were taking her to meet Aksionov. When she saw her husband in prison dress and in chains, shut up with thieves and criminals, she fell down. So what happened? So when she saw her husband with the prison dress and in chains, shut up with the thieves and criminals, she fell down and did not come to her senses for a long time. So in the prison, how they will be keeping the prisoners? They will be giving prison dress. They will be tying with the chains. In those days, they will be tying the prisoners with the chains. Shut up with the thieves. And also, he was kept closed in the prison along with other thieves and criminals. She fell down. So by seeing this sight, okay, what sight? Looking her husband in a prison dress, and he was tied in chains, and also he was shut up with other thieves and criminals. She fell down. So she is falling down and did not come to her senses for a long time. So did not come to her senses means, so she has become unconscious for a long time. Then she drew her children to her and sat down near him. Then she is taking her children towards after getting conscious. So ஞாபகம் வந்ததுக்கு, மயக்கத்தில் இருந்து தெளிஞ்சு ஞாபகம் வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறமா, then she drew her children to her and sat down near him. So sat down near whom? Near Aksionov. She told him of things at home and asked about what had happened to him. So she is telling her husband how they were suffering at home without him, and asked about, and also she is asking, okay, about what had happened to him. So she is asking what happened on the way. So when he had just started to Nizhny Fair to sell all his things and earn money. So what happened on the way? She is asking to her husband. He told her all. So Aksionov is telling to his wife what all happened on the way. So what all happened on the way? He met a merchant, they had a tea, they stayed in an inn, and early in the morning next day he had waken up and he had started his journey. And when he was stopped at another inn for taking a break, he was arrested by the official. So he is explaining everything to his wife, and she asked. So after hearing all the stories, she is asking to her husband, what can we do now? Okay, so what shall we do now? What has to be done? We must petition the Tsar not to let an innocent man perish. Okay, so what they are discussing is they have to send a petition to Tsar. Tsar means Emperor of Russia. Okay, Tsar means Russian emperor is called as Tsar. So now it is not in practice. In those days when Russia was ruled by the king, so Russian emperor is called as Tsar. So they are discussing that let them give a petition to Tsar. For what they have to give a petition? Not to let an innocent man perish. Okay, so should not leave an innocent man to be destroyed, because he is telling that he had not committed that crime. So both of them were discussing that they must petition to Tsar to not punish an innocent man. His wife told him that she had sent a petition to the Tsar, but it had not been accepted. Okay, so what his wife is telling is, already she had sent a petition to the Tsar. Okay, but it had not been accepted. But Tsar, that is the Russian emperor, did not accept the petition. Aksionov did not reply but only looked downcast. So Aksionov is not giving any reply to this but just looking downcast. Downcast means upset or depressed, feeling sad or feeling worried. It is called as downcast. Okay. Then his wife said, "It was not for nothing. I dreamt your hair had turned grey. You remember." So then his wife was telling to Aksionov, "It was not for nothing. I dreamt your hair had turned grey." So already I had dreamt that your hair, when you are returning from the Nizhny fair, your hair had become grey. You remember. So do you remember that? I have told you that before starting the journey, I have told you I had a bad dream. So what is the dream is, when you are returning from the Nizhny fair, your hair all becomes grey. So it is not a good sign. So don't start your journey today. Okay, so do you remember that? She is asking to her husband. You should not have started that day. Okay, so and also she is telling that you should not have started that day. So நீங்க அன்னைக்கு journey start பண்ணிருக்க கூடாது. And passing her fingers through his hair, she said, "Vanya, dearest, tell your wife the truth. Was it not you who did it?" Okay, and passing her fingers through his hair, that is caressing his hair. Whose hair? Aksinov's hair. She is asking, "My dear, tell your wife. So tell me the truth. So tell me the fact. Was it not you who did it?" Okay, so please tell me the truth, my dear. So definitely you have not done that crime. So you too suspect me? Okay, so said Aksionov. So Aksionov, so these words are hurting Aksionov very much. So he is telling, so you too suspect me. So do you also suspect me? Suspect means doubt. Okay, so don't you believe me? So do you also believe that I have committed that murder? She is asking to her, sorry, he is asking to his wife. And hiding his face in his hands, he began to weep. And hiding his face in his hands, he is starting to cry. Then a soldier came to say that the wife and children must go away. So in the prison, they won't be allowing much time to talk with the prisoners. So then a soldier came to say that the wife, so then a soldier is coming and telling that they must move away, it is time up. And Aksionov said goodbye to his family for the last time. Okay, note this here, that it shows that they might have not met later. That is, he might have not met his family later on, that I think so. Okay, let us see. So Aksionov said goodbye to his family for the last time. So when they were gone, Aksionov recalled what had been said, and when he remembered that his wife also had suspected him, he said to himself, "It seems that only God can know the truth. It is to him alone we must appeal, and from him alone expect mercy." Okay, when they were gone, so who were gone? His wife and his children were gone. Aksionov recalled what had been said. So he is recalling what his wife said. That is, his wife is asking, "Do you also suspect me?" So these words are hurting Aksionov very much. And when he remembered that his wife also had suspected him, that is, had a doubt on him, he said to himself, so he is telling to himself, "It seems that only God can know the truth." So only God knows the truth. It is to him, to whom? To God alone we must appeal. So we can appeal only to the God, and from him alone. So from God alone we can expect mercy. So this paragraph shows that he was hurted too much by his wife's question, that is whether he had committed that crime. And Aksinov wrote no more petitions, gave up all hope, and only prayed to God. Okay, so thereafter Aksinov is not writing any more petitions to Tsar. So he stopped writing petitions to the Russian emperor, gave up all hope. So he lost all his confidence and only prayed God. So his confidence is only God, because he thinks that only God can show mercy on him. Aksinov was condemned to be flogged and sent to the mines. So he was flogged with a knot, and when the wounds made by the knot were healed, he was driven to Siberia with other convicts. So what happened? Aksinov was condemned to be flogged. So flogged means that is to beat with a whip or a stick. Whip means what is that? Satai. Okay, so Aksinov was condemned to be flogged and sent to the mines. So he was sent to work in the mines. So he was flogged with a knot. So he was beaten with a knot, and when the wounds made by the knot were healed, that is, flogging means beating with a whip or a stick. Knot means mudichu. So if there are knot in that whip, if there is knot in the whip, what will happen? When they are beating, definitely there will be lot of wounds. Okay. So after flogging him, okay, when the wounds made by the knot were healed. So after the wounds made by the knot were healed, he was driven to Siberia with other convicts. Okay, so flogging, it is a punishment. Okay, so flogging means beating with the whip. Whip means satai. So knot means mudichu. So if there are knots in the whip, what will happen? When they are beating, there will be definitely many wounds caused in our body. Okay, so when all those wounds were healed, he was driven to, that is, he was taken to Siberia with other convicts. Other convicts means with all the other prisoners, wrongdoers. Okay, for 26 years Aksinov lived as a convict in Siberia. So for how many years? For 26 years Aksinov lived as a convict in Siberia. His hair turned white as snow. So his wife's dream had become real, isn't it not? So she had dreamt that when he was returning from the fair, all his hair had become grey. So like that, after 26 years, his hair turned white as snow, and his beard grew long, thin and grey. All his mirth went. Okay, so all his mirth means all his joyfulness, cheerfulness, happiness, everything went away from him. He stooped. Stooped means his body became bent, and he walked slowly. So he was not able to walk even faster. He walked slowly, spoke little. Okay, he just spoke little. He was not too much talkative. He was speaking very little and never laughed. So he never used to laugh, but often he prayed. Just he'll be praying often. So what happened? After 26 years, his hair turned white as snow, his beard grew long, he became very lean and grey. All his happiness went away from him. His body was bent due to his agedness. He was walking slowly, he was not speaking too much, and he never used to laugh, but just he kept praying. Okay. In prison, Aksinov learned to make boots. So in the prison, he is learning to make shoes, and he earned a little money with which he bought the lives of the saints. So the lives of the saints, it is the name of a book. So he read this book when there was light enough in the prison. So he used to read this book when there was light in the, so whenever the room has light, so he will be reading this book. And on Sundays in the prison church, he read the lessons and he read the lessons and sang in the choir, for his voice was still good. Okay, do you all remember? So he was a good singer. We have seen in the beginning of the lesson that Aksinov is a good singer. So what he'll be doing is he'll be reading the book when there is light in his prison room. That is, whenever, so prison room will be, so there will not be any light facilities in the prison in those days. Okay, so whenever they are getting some brightness in the prison room, so he will be reading that book. And on Sundays in the prison church, that is in the church in the prison, he read the lessons and sang in the choir. So choir means a group of people who sing together in the churches. Okay, who sing prayer songs together in the churches. Okay, for his voice was still good. So already he was a good singer. So his voice is still good. So he'll be singing prayer songs in the prison church. The prison authorities liked Aksionov for his meekness, and his fellow prisoners respected him. They called him grandfather and the saint. Okay, the prison authorities liked Aksionov for his meekness. Okay, meekness means that is for his patience, his quietness. Okay, and his fellow prisoners, all his fellow prisoners means all the other prisoners who are in the prison along with the Aksionov. So respected him, they had a respect on him. They called him grandfather and the saint. Okay, so they called him as grandfather and the saint, and they had much respect on him. They loved his patience. When they wanted to petition the prison authorities about anything, they always made Aksionov their spokesman. And when there were quarrels among the prisoners, they came to him to put things right and to judge the matter. Okay, so when they wanted to petition the prison authorities about anything, so when all the other prisoners, if they want to give any petition to the prison authorities, so what they'll be doing is they'll be making Aksionov to speak in behalf of them. And when there were quarrels means fight. Okay, and when there were quarrels among the prisoners, they came to him to put things right and to judge the matter. So they'll be approaching Aksionov to put things right. So to settle the quarrel and to judge the matter. So and to give good judgment in their quarrel. No news reached Aksionov from his home, and he did not even know if his wife and children were still alive. Okay, so there is no news about Aksionov's family. Okay, he didn't get any news about Aksionov's family in the past 26 years, and he did not even know if his wife and children were still alive, and he doesn't know even whether his wife and children were still alive. Okay, so that is whether they were still living and in what condition they are, whether they are good or whether they are suffering or whether they are well settled. He doesn't know anything about his wife and his children. Okay, so let us stop today's class with this. Okay, so we will let us continue in the next class. Thank you.